The Clippers here in Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the Staples Center. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Today's game continues this Los Angeles Clippers homestand. The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
It's DeRozan with the drive. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. It's deflected. They get it back. Harris outside. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Ingram. Shot clock at 6. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That is his first foul of the game. Ingram outside. Booker. Blocked again. Back to Nance. Over Bogdanovich. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, the much vaunted defense of the Warriors took a step back last season, falling from second in the league in defensive rank to 11. But it's tough to nitpick, but I'm sure it's an area they're looking at to address.
Here's the Clippers. Out to Ingram. Pass to Holmes. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Now here's Whiteside. Rebounded by Holmes. And tough defense has been a staple with this group in Golden State, reversing decades of history in that regard.
Decades and decades and decades. The Warriors hadn't been better than 10th in defensive efficiency since 1979. A 35-year hiatus that happily came to an end in 2014.
To the middle. Here's Nance. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him. And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Pass to Holmes. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here to the paint. And Nance slams it in.
I tell you what, Nance plays with a force every night. Explosive, tough, fearless.
Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries. Clippers trail by 5. Pass to Laverne. Ingram trying to get open. And he's able to get it back. For 3, Booker hits it from 3-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Nance. No good. Shot missing. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. A nice shot by Harris. Chris, of current players who could eventually become coaches, who would you put in that category? There are a lot of brilliant guys that play this game, think the game through so well.
Chris Paul, Ariza, those guys come to mind for some reason to me. Klay Thompson,
yes,
he comes to mind. And I don't know if it's the personality that I see these guys in or if it's the way that they approach the game. But, yeah, those guys come to mind. I definitely can see them taking the game to another level once their playing days are in.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
The drive by Nance. And good that time. Nance has got 11.
and the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Whether it's inside or outside, Harris remains steady and ready to shoot the ball. He definitely has the trust of his teammates and coaches.
The Warriors shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And taking a look back at last season, and what a season it was for them from the free throw line. 82% as a group. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Now here's Ingram. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
DeRozan gets the bucket.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Harris. Laverne trying to break free. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling. And when you look at DeRozan and how he's, transformed himself the last few years, he has become one of the more efficient scorers at a loaded shooting guard position. And some could argue he is one of the best guards in the entire league at this point of his career. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
He wasn't playing on that. He was
That was incredible.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the two teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game.
Here's Harris. Misses off the left iron.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. The Warriors shooting their seventh and eighth free throw attempts for the game right here. And for his whole career, Thaddeus Young has been a player not afraid, Greg, of attacking defenders head on.
Young has such a great first burst of speed. He really is a handful to deal with. Gets a lot of transition buckets that way, and in the half court can set up teammates by creating space. In the latter part of his career, I think he's taken on more of a vocal leadership role as well.
It's stolen by Nance with 4 seconds on the clock, and Nance slams it in.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Right off the opening tip, they've been relentless. And this style of...
And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
I love it. They have their track shoes on. Right off the tip, they were in full attack mode. This offense is really churning.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Ingles in the corner. Young outside. To the middle. And the layup's good off the glass.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Pass to Harris. From downtown, a three-pointer is right on target. Harris has got 13.
Yeah, you know, Coach Steve Kerr may seem to have a laid-back demeanor, but knowing him personally, I tell you what, he's fiery. He's intense. He wants to win. And tempers flare. Don't be surprised to see him smashing clipboards and letting loose on the sideline.
Clippers trail by 13. Pass to Smith. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And playing for the Bulls, Kerr famously got into a fight with a teammate, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he has that competitive spirit, that edge you need to succeed in this game. Great people skills, sure. He's not a pushover.
And the foul called on Jason Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Young. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
That one goes. Count it.
Oh, man, it's not easy to slow down Harris. When he gets on a roll, I mean, he has the ability to light it up from pretty much any spot.
Back to Marjanovic. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the inside. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his first points of the night.
Wonderful concentration from the agile Williams. He's terrific at getting whatever shot he wants down low.
Pass to Young. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. And the Warriors lead by 18.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Shots good from Young.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Well, this is the final season the Warriors will have at Oracle Arena. Almost 5 decades in Oakland. And Chris, as we know, they'll move across the water to San Francisco. No doubt a bittersweet moment for the team and its core of fans here.
Yeah, you just hope that the craziness of the crowd and that loyalty travels. You know, I'm hoping the fans here in the East Bay can make that journey. They deserve to be part of the Warriors story as it continues to be written. I mean, if you've seen what they're doing, you know, in the new Chase Center, right on the water, it's going to be special.
And they've just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, trying to recapture momentum. And the tide's running against you. Very difficult to do. What will the young kids say today? Ride that wave.
That's his second personal foul.
Ingram with the steal.
Now look, he was laying in wait for that pass. I mean, lured him into his trap.
Smith outside. And it's Smith again missing.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. It's DeRozan with the drive. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Right wing. Taken away by Williams. For the finish. And the dunk by DeRozan.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Back to Ingram. Wow, way off on that one. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Golden State. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. The Warriors have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. A nice shot by Booker.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's DeRozan. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
To the paint. Back to Ingram. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. 5 seconds left in the first half. Fires the 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, see, we've spoken before about the skills that were hardest for you to develop. What parts of your game were the easiest to strengthen and fine-tune?
Wow, that's a great question, Kevin. I have to think about that. The easiest. Well, I would say for me it was whatever I was doing well in college, and so that was on the post, on the right block, stealing James Worthy's spin move. And it was easier to get a little bit quicker in that because now I got to see him use it and do it to me. It was easier to have my jump shot start to get to the place that I wanted it to as a rookie. But why? Because I had one of the greatest shooters of all time, Chris Mullin, there to sit and practice with me. So when you have a great shooter and a mentor like him, it's easier because they explain it to you, and then not only do they explain how to do it, they show you through their work ethic. And so for me, it was pretty easy in those areas because I had a great mentor in Chris Mullin.
Oh, I love that story. On the wing, Booker. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Wide open look. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
They haven't gotten their legs back. Just 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Smith, no good.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, D.A. Thanks. Here's Whiteside. Fade away. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Whiteside. Yep, that one goes. Whiteside's got 8 here in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. Here's Smith. Good D by Booker. Looking to get it going. But they'll get another chance. It's stolen by Smith. Oh, and here comes Smith, all alone.
Oh! Word.
He wasn't playing on that. He was
that
not
was
playing
incredible.
all around.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Pass to Ingram. Booker with no one around. Los Angeles with another miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Holmes can't get it to go in. Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, one season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball fours.
Well, throughout Harris's career, he has worked on building up his body, putting that added strength to good use on these tough finishes.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Back to Ingram. Down low. Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The Warriors have had some good chances at the line, but only gone 6 of 12 from the stripe. The first free throw is good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He doesn't get the second one.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
1:31 left here in the third quarter. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Clippers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
Pass to Marjanovic. Over Smith. And the rejection by Smith. And he's able to get it back. And yes, it's good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Ingram outside. The 19-foot shot. Yes, that goes in. Smith's got 6 points. Up top, Marjanovic. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Well, he's reason number 1 there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
Harris, no good. And the call will be against Harris. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
And probably coming out of the game anyway. I think we're officially into garbage time.
Here's Moutier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the middle. It's stolen by Marjanovic. A reverse. It's tipped. They get it back.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Got that one up quick. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Smith. The Clippers again turning it over.
Substitution for the Clippers.
Smooth sailing for Golden State. The shot's good from Nance.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Well, he gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and he throws the shot off.
Marjanovic. That one misses. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So it's the Warriors now. Here's DeRozan. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the paint. Here's Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
Now, that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
DeRozan with it. Now defended by Vonleh. To the inside. And stolen by Vonleh. To the paint. Here's Laverne. Back to Ingram. Down low. And stolen by Whiteside. Oh, Nance in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And scoring the ball extremely well. I don't think the defense is getting up into Nance enough. Got to turn up the burners a little more.
Over in the corner, Moutier. From outside, off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Ingram outside. Pass to Vonleh. Back to Ingram. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And now here comes Young leading the break.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
But yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landed body blows.
The wide open look here for Vonleh. That one a little long.
I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That is his first foul of the game. Each team has 1 inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Webb, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And the basket by DeRozan. DeRozan's got 29.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Pass to Moutier to stop the run. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
They've come in with a great overall strategy, the right attitude, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Nene trying to get open. And again, no good by the Clippers. It's deflected. Ingram with the steal. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Broke off. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation to coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
And the Clippers call time here. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. C-Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
You know, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. You know, I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Oh, I know this feeling. They're in that special zone where you feel untouchable. They haven't missed in a while.
Ingram outside. Outside Dragic. Nene trying to get open. Dragic good for three.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near him.
Second chance shot. Right side Williams. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Bogdanovich.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And, Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for DeMar DeRozan.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Pass to Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Nene. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Taken away by Nene.
And what a defensive show these guys are putting on.
Here's Fultz. The clock now can just run out for the Warriors. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.